What is going on? So we have just arrived in Ireland. This is Sam's first time being jet lagged. How do you like it?
I hate it.
We were just super tired all throughout the day, and now it's like 3 a.m. and we're just like, let's film something. So let's talk about this Insta360 GO, which is one of the smallest action cameras that I've ever seen that's actually worth getting. And this is actually just the case for it. The camera itself, here it is. We're doing a giveaway with this. Here.
I don't want to touch it. One of you lucky guys will get it.
It comes with my saliva too. This video isn't sponsored or anything, but I just want you guys to like me, so that's why I'm giving this away. Just drop a comment down below within the first 24 hours of this video going live and you'll have a chance to win. Now this camera comes in at about 20 grams, and to put that into perspective, that's like less than 4/4 in weight. I mean, here's the size of the camera and this is the size of my thumb.
Or me when it's cold outside.
So this Sam-sized camera is $199, but is it worth it? So let's start with the big question. How is the camera quality out of this thing? And I must say, considering the size, I am impressed. It's not fantastic, it's not GoPro quality, but still, remember, this thing is tiny. It's a fraction of the size and weight of a GoPro, so considering that, that's pretty impressive. And not only that, it's also stabilized. The footage comes out looking like it's on a gimbal. Now, while this records video, it records 2720 by 2720. So that's a pretty high resolution square image, but out of that, it takes a select portion of that frame. It could be widescreen, it could be vertical, or it can be square, and gives you a process stabilized shot. In most cases, I just export out a traditional 16:9 widescreen shot out of it, and that's gonna give you a 1080p clip at 30 megabits per second. Again, nothing special. You're not gonna go crazy with this footage, but we're looking at this camera because it's so simple. Also, you get this fixed lens on here, which is super wide, and I mean really wide, and that's great because if you're wearing it or have it on your head or whatever, you have a nice wide perspective, so you don't have to worry as much about getting everything you need in your shot. Once you get into low light, you still can't see stuff, but at the same time, it doesn't look amazing. So how's it work? Well, first of all, it's magnetic here on the back, so you can just slap this onto most metal surfaces. It also comes with a whole gaggle of accessories, so you can mount it in pretty much anywhere you want, but my personal favorite is right here. Apparently, I've got magnetic nipples. It's actually this little necklace that you can wear underneath your shirt. It's nice because this generally gets a pretty nice perspective of what you're seeing, but at any point you can just pull it off, aim it at whatever you want, you can film yourself and then slap it back on. Now on this whole thing, there's actually only one button right here on the back, so you can press that, but when you're wearing it, you could actually just press it from the front and that depresses the button on the back. Now what I'm using a majority of the time is just tapping it once. So from its off state, you just tap once and now it is on and recording. Now when you hit that record button, it either records a 15-second video or 30-second video and then cuts and then shuts back down. At first I was kind of bummed that you can't record for longer than 30 seconds at a time, at least for right now. But after using it for a little while, it's actually kind of nice because while you're out and about doing your own thing, you could just tap it once, hit record, and then you could forget about it. You can continue to do whatever you're doing and then it just cuts itself and then shuts down, so you can stop thinking about it as soon as you just tap it once. You could also set it up so it records in intervals, which is kind of nice because that means you can just wear it and forget about it, and then throughout the day it'll just turn itself on once in a while and just capture whatever you're doing and then shut itself back off, all without you thinking about it. And with a sequence of button presses, you can take a photo, you can get hyperlapse if you want to, or slow motion, which is one of my personal favorites at 100 frames per second. Again, nothing mind-blowing, but we're getting a pretty good 100 frame per second shot out of something so small, so I'm really impressed with that. So this camera is IPX4 water resistant. It's not waterproof. What's the difference? Well, this dog is waterproof. This dog is water resistant. Insta360 told me I don't have to worry about splashes and you could submerge it in shallow water for about 10 seconds, but definitely not a camera to go scuba diving with or anything like that. Now, the big question for me personally was, do you really need a camera this small? Does it really make a difference between this and a GoPro or an Osmo Action?
That's how you use it, Gene.
And after using it for the last few weeks, I would actually say absolutely. And this video isn't sponsored, by the way. But what makes it so cool is that it's truly wearable. There's been so many times where I slapped it on and I completely forgot I was even wearing it. And it's so small that it's not like it draws a ton of attention like a GoPro. Like, yeah, you can wear it, but everyone's like, that guy is wearing a GoPro. You wear a GoPro chest harness into a restaurant, they're gonna be like, okay. But here, it's literally, no one even notices. And then there's stuff like the spectacle wearables or whatever, not for me. This is the first time I had a camera that I would consider wearable that I would personally use. So one question I have is this a decent solution for vlogging? Because next to my Canon EOS R, this is how it looks, and I'm holding both out at arm's length. I got a 60mm f4 on the Canon EOS R. Obviously this Canon EOS R is going to look a bit better, but it is probably going to be a lot easier to get everyone in the frame with me with this Insta360 GO, because I can pretty comfortably get everyone in the shot. And the EOS R, it's a little bit more squeezed in. Sam is freaking out a little bit. He's getting vertigo. He's learning how to fly drones right now. But overall, you can generally see the stabilization. One thing for sure is that it's going to be easier to hold this Insta360 up for a lot longer than I can hold this EOS R, because now my arm is getting tired. So let's wrap this up. I think overall, trying to vlog with it, it wasn't terrible, but that 30-second limitation is kind of tough, because sometimes I'll be mid-sentence saying something and then it'll just cut off. And also, if you're in a windy place, you're definitely going to get some of that wind noise in here. Another thing I think is going to be a big issue for a lot of people is that you're probably going to lose this thing. It's so small, and like I said, you forget you're wearing it half the time. So if you brush it or whatever, and then I didn't even hear it. It's so light that I just dropped this thing, which is issue. I dropped it a lot. This is not my first time dropping this thing. So I wish there was maybe like one little spot on here where I can attach a leash to just for safety. And I think people might make sleeves or cases for this so you can hook it up to a lanyard, but then my concern is that you wouldn't be able to throw it back on here with the case still on. But I think that there's like a little hook or something that you can hook a lanyard up to, that would have been really nice. And also that would have made it so you can't put it in the case the wrong way, because as of right now, it fits in both directions just as easily, and it only charges when you have it in the right way. And you could also probably see that I've dropped it a couple times, so I got a little scuff on the lens and also over here in the corner. So just something to keep in mind. And also this lid is a separate little lid. I think they need to come up with a better solution, kind of like the AirPods. Hey, you got some AirPods, right? Look at that. It's just a lid just like that. That would be so much nicer, because this is, I think, something that could use a little bit of improvement. There you go. But again, these are all fairly minor complaints. I really applaud Insta360 for coming up with this, because this is really cool. I'm excited to be using this. And I feel like it really helps capture just these moments of just things that you wouldn't normally be able to record because you're using both hands or whatever. And it's just so easy. You know, with a GoPro, you need to wear the chest harness, but this is just like easy. So definitely something I can recommend. Hey, Peter, you can't stand on my face. Peter, stand on your own face. Anyways, let's close this out by reading a few comments from my last video, which was all about Zhuin's new gimbal, the Smooth Q2. Top comment was from David. Whoever gets picked for the giveaway, Potato Jet has to say, Zhuin! That made Sam laugh. That's how you know that this is a funny joke. Brad says, let's play a drinking game for every time Gene pronounces Zhuin differently. Crap, I'm drunk. Yeah, I mean, that's such a hard name to pronounce. I've pronounced it as Zayun for a while, and then Zhuin, and then Zhuin. I think it's the Ziyun. If I win the Zhuin Smooth Q2, does it turn into a I win Smooth Q2? The new action camera is the super small Insta360. Can't wait to see that one. How do you guys know about it? It's supposed to still be under embargo, right? Or am I just like way late on this video? I might actually post this video way later than everyone else, because the internet here is so insanely slow. I don't think I can upload this video in 4K. I probably have to do it in 1080p, because it could take all day. And I think the embargo lifts in officially like 12 hours or something. So I should start editing this. All right, see you guys later.